fuck? Read the disclaimer. Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to the Weekend Review, where we recap the previous week and anything extra. Sorry for the delay. I'm not 100% today, just because we did an amazing event yesterday for the WBO we hosted, and that took a lot out of me physically. So I do apologize for the delay. Also, you know, we still got some topics to talk about for today. But hello everyone to the wonderful Sunday. And yes, we will be talking about Sphinx because they did release a video. It was really just like a turn. Now they've done this teaser thing now where they kind of just they kind of show a little bit more of the bay instead of us having to wait for like a full video, which is pretty nice. So that always can give us a little bit more info than, you know, we're looking for. Until obviously like the big video drops. But I do want to also plug mollabays.com. I also have a little bit of unfortunate information to give. But yeah, I have no idea what happened with my unicorn bay. It is in limbo right now. Speaking of Mollabays, our shipment should still be coming like Tuesday, Wednesday. But the usual one that I usually get for like the reviews usually comes Monday and never shipped. So I am looking for, you'll probably see the video. Tuesday is probably, it would be nice, but probably not. Most likely Wednesday you'll see the review. I can't control what leaves Japan and what doesn't. You can just, I don't know, you can just blame how Japan is for the stuff. But, you know, mollabays.com. We have plenty of unicorn stuff still there. Yes, Phoenix Wing will eventually get restocked. It is an optional way to support the channel. I appreciate any support regardless. So now we're going to get a little bit more on the interesting stuff. So let me just make sure there's no accidental volume on this segment. But, no, that's my combo stuff. Sorry, we'll show that after. Okay, so for this week, it was pretty good. We got a lot of discussion topic stuff. You're going to probably see, you know, a little bit more of that type of content just because, you know, until we get some more stuff, like, you know, once I get unicorn videos, which that's probably will be at, like, the start of February at this point. But yeah, a lot of stuff, you know, we talked about a lot of Bay topic stuff, a lot of discussion. Saturday, I was supposed to have a double. I could not, just because of the event, and it was too tiring to edit the podcast and have a video out on the same time, so that's why the Sunday video, there you have it, is that lovely battle content I had planned, which is, it's a pretty good video, I have to say. So, that being said, you know, oh, I'm in the void. Awesome. Alrighty, now, that being said, what about the event? So, obviously, I did not get past top 8. It was a pretty close quarterfinals. It was just the mid-air stuff really got confusing on both of the sessions, but whatever. Anyways, this was my combo deck. Phoenix Wing 360p, Cobalt Drake, 960 Gear Ball, and the Shark combination. The Shark combination was the weakest out of all of them, surprisingly. Because I thought, yeah, well, maybe the Drake here and there, maybe some attack stuff could maybe... but I'm still pretty, you know, impressed from most of the stuff that we actually were able to get the results for. And plus, it's always cool to see how the meta develops for Beyblade X, right? Because, you know, with Phoenix Wing coming out, I always assumed, well, Phoenix Wing's probably going to change the meta quite a bit. There was quite a few Phoenix Wing combinations, but... yeah, otherwise, I think this pretty much works. I mean, honestly, it did a lot better than I thought. The Shark combo's issue was just the general attack matchups, but yeah, the Phoenix Wing point is like the go-to that everybody does. The Drake one is actually pretty good. It's not pay to win. Listen, I'm pretty sure it's lost quite a bit, actually. I think I've had it lose, yeah, a couple times in the rounds. I think people think Drake is just invincible just because it's a rare bay, but it's really not. Aside from that, congratulations, obviously, to our winners for this event. Let me see if I can pull the names. I believe it's like Guy381, and then after Baby Blade, and then after Toxic 11. These are our finalists. And then after, this was Toxic's combination. So you got to see, you know, a shark on point, you know, very valid. Phoenix, I believe that is Ball. And then after, what is that? Drawn Sword on Rush. Hey, did pretty good. And then after, okay, this is where it gets a little bit, because I had to take pictures for the video for the combinations. The top three is the first place, the guy person, and the bottom one is the Beyblade. So for the guy, he had, was it Shark Edge 360 year flat? Actually, is pretty cool. It did some crazy hits. Stock Lay on Claw, which somehow got wins. Fair enough. And then after, I think that's, what is that? That's Drawn Sword, I believe that's 380 flat. The bottom combination, Hellball, Shark Low flat, and then after, just Dagger 560. Was it Rush? I'm pretty sure. I gotta double check, actually. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's about it for, like, the combination type stuff. So I am a little bit surprised. Actually, honestly, there's a lot of diverse stuff I saw for the 3-on-3 stuff. I saw Rhino Horn actually get some wins on a defense combo, and it actually worked. Like, I think my Drake actually lost to, like, Rhino on Needle. So, honestly, listen, I made fun of Rhino Horn, but after seeing that, you know, hey, we gotta give our credit where credit is due to good old Rhino there. Yeah, but you'll probably see, since obviously Monday, I'm not going to have a shark in hand, you will definitely see I'll probably go over my deck combination, and probably on the other channel I see the full tournament highlights. It's like an hour of footage I have to edit and see if I have to censor anything, you know, I have to go through this so I don't get demonetized on the thing or whatever. But aside from that, I want to take our topic of discussion, because this is the thumbnail, to Sphinx. Now, keep in mind that we don't really have much to go by this week, and we're not going to have much to go by probably for the following week either, so I don't know what our topic's going to be for next week, but I'll think of something. We can probably go over Sphinx again. But they did show a physical of Sphinx. Now, what are we saying in the comments? What are we saying? Now, visually, it looks okay. The colors kind of remind me of the Geist Fafnir, that plastic that we had, that kind of like that brownish orange. It looks fine, it looks fine. I'm okay with the blue there. I know some would have preferred if maybe it was green. I think the blue is fine just because I think it contrasts a little bit better visually overall. But something I actually was a little bit surprised with, actually, it's what they did to Gear Needle. Because Gear Needle originally is like this. It looks exactly like the regular needle. But if you actually look at the image, that is very different from the product render. Because the original needle is like this on the render, and then they just change it to be like a lot more rounded off. So to me, that seems like a major buff in the design. This is essentially just a tiny ball, basically. So what's really nice about this is that I now have a little bit more hope for the Gear Needle. It doesn't look nearly as sharp as it was, so I could definitely see the defense, maybe not as much as High Needle, but I would say it's maybe closer to maybe High Needle for maybe how effective it could be than it would be regular Needle, just because of how it is. So I was really surprised. And also, you know, there's a little bit of like a gap on the thing, whatever. That's already expected, but usually the gaps don't really matter too much. Plus, also, 980 is going to probably be, I would argue, probably the most used tall ratchet. Because before we had 380, then after we had 580, and now you're going to have this. And keep in mind that 960 is already kind of, I would put it above 560 for general stamina, and even just for general, like, burst resistance. And now you have something like this that's going to be, like, also pretty hard to burst and kill, so Sphinx has a lot more going for it than I initially thought. I just thought, you know, it would be fine. It looks pretty bulky on the edges. I don't really know if the idea of consecutive defense is like something that, like, consecutive defense, we basically heard this in what, like, Bushi and Ashura when they did that. So I'm not expecting some crazy stuff out of this. I don't know. If anyone else is expecting anything crazy, you can let me know on that. But I'll take it to some of the comments real quick. Looks epic IRL. True. Looks nice. That is pretty cool. Agreed, agreed. That one contact point at the bottom could cause critical hits. Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else. I think we will get a sword theme. Yeah, well, probably. Well, I mean, I know what you mean. You mean maybe like, oh, we could. Well, it's RPG themes. I'm not too sure if we would get a solo thing like a weapon, or if we would get a weapon that would be given to a motif. Green needs to shoot off a lot in the extreme yell when it gets hit. Yeah. Actually, that's exactly... The funny thing is, actually, let me go back to my gear, because my issue with Gear Ball in particular, you know, kind of the burst risk, whatever, but the reason why... And you'll probably hear me explain it probably in tomorrow's video, but the reason why Gear Ball kind of fails a lot is that, yes, resistance, but also just there's not enough weights pressing on it, and there's a particular way you have to launch these... gear flats, because basically what I do is I aim for the extreme rail, kind of. You know where you go to make the extreme dash, kind of in the pocket corner, because then after you go instant to go to a proper extreme. Because otherwise what'll happen is you just self-KO or die, or you just don't control it properly. And, you know, when Drake's weight is pressing down, you don't burst as much, you have good stamina, you know, so attack. I think it works pretty effective, but in the regard here, you could probably do something similar to how you launch it, because for defense, right, defense is not as simple as, oh, I'm just gonna launch it and just, no, you have to launch it in a particular way. You gotta avoid the hit at the start to kind of make the extreme, so I'm going to say, I think, you know, should be nice. I mean, like the Sphinx one, it's very hard for me to say the Sphinx one being bad. Like, the shape doesn't, it seems as wide as frame as Knight Shield is, so I'm honestly expecting nothing but at least solid. At least solid. I don't see how this thing could be bad. Like, really bad or something. The stock, probably whatever. Probably it will burst no matter what, because actually, I don't know. Maybe if you hard tilt, you could maybe avoid the burst, actually. That could be another thing. Well, aside from that, because obviously we don't have that many topics for today, I still want to kind of go over any other stuff that I have planned. So, in the meantime, we'll take it to the chats for any actual discussion stuff. I will get this now. No, we're almost there. Which one's close? No, which one's closer to me? Okay, we're gonna figure this out. I think this is the right one. Hey, okay, well, we're gonna stick with one of them. Okay, we're gonna stick with that, I guess. Okay, let's go. Do you think this week will be new information for UX? No. What week are we on? No. You got 2 more weeks, buddy. 2 more weeks. Technically, actually, more than 2 weeks. You gotta wait till Valentine's Day. That's when the Core info comes out. That's when you're gonna get more stuff. Unless the anime... No, the anime... For the episodes are gonna be adapting. No, you're not gonna see UX until... No, okay, yeah. So you're gonna wait till February 14th. I believe. I'm surprised TT did gear flat, gear ball, gear not to gear taper. I think the reason why they didn't do gear taper is just because with how gear flat is designed, gear taper I don't think could work practically, just how they could do it. Okay, when can we expect the unicorn vid? Well, like any review, it's whenever I can get it. My one unicorn didn't ship out the... Okay, I'll explain how it usually works for review. So there's what I get a sample for me that's for review, and there's the stuff that's for like the store, right? So the store one, that arrives whenever. But the issue is that my unicorn for like the usual stuff, whenever I just get one sample for me, never left. So because of that, because I didn't get that, that means probably... Actually, I was wrong. It would be, you're looking at a late Wednesday. A late Wednesday. I'd love it to be a Tuesday, but I already know the customs work for how stuff gets imported. When is the Persona Hellside supposed to release? Well, the Persona, I believe people are already getting it. I already saw on Japan Twitter people already were getting it, so I'm not too sure, but yeah, aside from that, do you see the mini battles with Sphinx in the little tournament video they did showing off the greatest defense of X? I'm gonna probably save a lot of that just until I can see more footage of when they publish the video. I know we got a little bit of stuff, whatever, but I didn't want to push too much. Aside from that, for general channel updates, tournament footage you're probably gonna see tomorrow. Probably I'll do a breakdown of my stuff, of my combos, then after the other stuff you see on the other channel. And aside from that, you know, like, there's nothing really else. I'm working on other project stuff. I'm almost finished the stage of pre-production that I'm doing, and then after I'm on to phase 2. Phase 2 is when things really get the ball rolling. And yeah, that's kind of it. So we're going to take care for this week. I know we didn't go on for too long, but I don't want to take up too much time just because there's nothing really else to go by for this week. But yeah, it's going to be really short for this week, so I really do apologize. So I will see you all the following week. And you'll probably see unicorn stuff and all that stuff afterwards. So for now, I want to say take care and bye. And I do apologize for signing off a little bit just because we don't have too much to talk about. But unicorn stuff this week, just general content combo stuff, and next week we'll have a better full discussion. It's a really long week for me coming up, so I can't do much. But take care and bye.